How disgusting is this? Look at all those traps, and they're still running Tretch. They're still running Tretch with all those
Yeah,
traps.
they're still running Tretch. It is ridiculous.
What's up, everybody? Circus here, coming at you with this week's Rogue Deck Roundup. I got Kamel here with me because he loves rogues and rounding things up. It's true.
That is right. Glad to be here.
All right, so you might be wondering, what are you guys doing here? Each week we do the power rankings, and then whatever's kind of like left over at the bottom of the list of the power rankings, we kind of talk about. And this week, the best of the worst is Fire Kings. They got a top 4 and Battle Phase Rising Sun. I'm looking at this deck right now, Kamel, and I see a lot of stall. I see Kiteroids. I see Boxer Veil. I see Book of Moon.
Yeah, this deck has just had it very, very rough. Fire Kings is one of the rogue decks that cannot make use of balance. So right away, they are drastically less consistent than a lot of these other decks. So they have to make use of Onslaught of the Fire Kings, that SR spell is at 3, just to like purely unbrick themselves. It does help the deck not have to solely play around having Fire King or Vada in their hand. But yeah, just helping themselves not break as much. But they need to run like stuff like Book of Moon and Cosmic. As you see, those are some weird ratios. Of course, Cosmic now limited 3 alongside Battle and Boxer Veil. But honestly, you do need 4 hand traps to stay alive because you're going to be ending your turn with no monsters a lot with this deck.
This is already starting to remind me of Cyber Dragons, and that every week we see this deck, there's less monsters in it. Like, there's gonna be less Fire King monsters. Pretty soon, it's just gonna be Arvada and Garunix, and that's it. And it's gonna be like 3 Arvada, 1 Garunix, or something like that. And it's all just gonna be spells.
I mean, yeah, that's totally possible. If there's a card that gets added that just lets them forego needing Barong, then totally, because that's how it works for Cyber Dragons.
Right. So we'll see. Fire Kings, it's not a bad deck. It's just when I start seeing 2 Kiteroids and 2 Boxer Veils, that's when you know your deck's in trouble.
Yeah, this deck just straight up does not have an answer on its own for survivability. Nothing at all. It's just everything just leaves you wide open. So you need that.
All right, next deck on the list. I am not a personal fan of this one. This is not one of my favorites. Evil Eye. Here's another great example. 6 monsters. The rest spells and traps. But they have boss monsters now, Kamel. Did you know that?
They have boss monsters. They do. Ghost Trick Alucard, actually pretty useful for this deck. You can make it with like fodder monsters in the Basilius, and if you run any of the other level 3s, this guy doesn't, but if you do, you can special summon them, make Ghost Trick Alucard destroy set cards, so your Medusa is protected when you want to go in and put equips on it. Titan Showdown as well, pretty cheesy skill. Lets you do double damage when you have like 3,000 or less.
You have to have half the life points of your opponent, or something like that, right? Or whoever is the least amount, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and just Nightmare Shark letting your monsters attack directly. So yeah, pretty okay. Bonuses to the deck, not amazing bonuses, but bonuses nonetheless.
Let's be honest, without that trap, this deck wouldn't exist.
Oh yeah, trap's really good.
All right, moving on to the next one. Kamel, before we did the video, was like, Circus, is this really a rogue deck? And I'm like, I don't know where else to put it, man. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. This week it's meh. They got 2 top 8s. Battle Phase Rising Sun, Battle Phase Saturday, and that is Ritual Beasts? Where are you at?
Yeah,
is this rogue? Guys, I don't know.
If you only have Ritual Beasts and let's say like Desperado, in like 2 weeks, get ready to dust off your Ritual Beast deck, because if you only have decks that are about to get hit on the ban list, Ritual Beast is about to make a resurgence, I think. It does every time we have a ban list. Every time we have a ban list, Ritual Beast becomes tier 2, tier 3. It gets represented. It's on the power rankings top 5.
It can just weasel its way in while everybody's trying to figure stuff out, because it comes back in. It's like, oh yeah, remember me? Cannahawk, take him back, you know.
It's an effective strategy that doesn't change, and it doesn't get inhibited by too many different new mechanics that can come out, like graveyard limiting stuff like that, milling stuff. It doesn't like go into too many of those things. Banishing your own cards is a pretty safe avenue to have to go into. So Ritual Beast, not too much has happened for them. Of course, they're down here because Blue Eyes is doing big boy stuff right now in the power rankings. So Ritual Beasts are down here in the rogue decks.
It's nice to see Window where she belongs, back at home.
Back at home, yeah, Winda's been she's been going around town.
She's been around town, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
not good. All right, so glad to see her back home. Next one, this deck I think does better with other decks. At least the engine does, but this is Star Serif. We're seeing the stick and chair in Dark Lords right now. It I guess technically won the KC Cup or did very well in the KC Cup. Won Battle Phase Prime last week, but this is not that deck. This is just straight Star Serifs.
Yeah, and this deck is straight up stall. Straight up, it is stall. If you go second, you're in an even worse spot because if you have to play into any deck that has back row, then you're like, well, my monster got back rowed, and now all I've got is back row.
Right.
So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna?
I have 9 monsters, and then the rest is back row. My God, what do we have? 14 back row.
No way in the deck to remove back row. By the way, not a single card removes back row. So
how disgusting is this? Look at all those traps, and they're still running Tretch. They're still running Tretch with all those traps.
They're still running Tretch. It is ridiculous. This deck is really cheesy. This is from Battle Phase Rising Sun, right? I do remember seeing
top 8. Yeah.
Yeah, top 8. So this deck did honestly get it together eventually because honestly, you win the games that you do go first. You make your 3 material Xyz monster and you set 3 back row. And he doesn't have the best Xyz monsters, but I bet if you had some better ones like Ouroboros,
he's got all the generic ones.
Yeah. Right? You would definitely be in there if you had Ouroboros. But yeah, these Xyz monsters suck. But you can play better ones and play this list and probably do better.
You want to take a guess at that skill?
It's Endless Trapel.
Oh, okay. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, nice. Kamel,
I was actually there to watch him play. I was, yeah.
Oh, you should pretend like you knew that looks French or Portuguese or something. You should have been like, oh, yes, of course I know what that says, Circus.
Of course.
All right, the next one also did well in the KC Cup. This is a deck. It's good. It's control. You make one mistake, you lose. But Trimids, not doing too bad this week. They did win Battle Phase Friday, and they got a top 8 in Battle Phase Friday. So I guess this is the best of the worst, not Fire Kings.
Another deck that did not suffer from one of the upticks in the KC Cup, which were Monster Negation, Graveyard Shutdown. Trimids did not suffer too much from that. Of course, they can get themselves out of most on-board situations with use of Trimid. What's that trap?
Pulse.
Trimid Pulse. That thing. And
you're talking about Power Stone.
No. Trimid Pulse. Power Stone. A nice tech that probably came in use in the KC Cup. Not so great in tournaments because it's not too reliable and it's easy for your opponents to remove and play around.
Right.
And you can't always guarantee you're going to play against a high monster effect deck. So it was probably in this guy's side deck. I wouldn't be so surprised. But yeah, honestly, I've gotten my ass beat by Trimids a couple times on the ladder recently, not paying attention, not disrupting them early enough, and then they get out Sphinx, and I cannot out them.
Right, yeah, if you can disrupt them early, you're doing just fine. But if you let them go 2 or 3 turns when they start swapping out those field spells, then you're in trouble because then they can just kind of take control of the board and then they don't let you do anything. Especially
a lot of the times. Yeah, a lot of times you're really worried about getting rid of the field spell, but if you could just remove anything, even if it's a monster, do it.
Yeah, just get whatever you can off the board. Just don't let Sphinx out. All right, guys. I hope you liked the Rogue Deck Roundup. I always have fun doing this one. Short and sweet and to the point, just the way Kamel likes it.
That's right.
All right. You know what you should do, Kamel?
Short and sweet, just the way I like it.
There you go.
Like YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts. We're uploading 1 to 2 YouTube Shorts every day on the channel. If you find one of our YouTube Shorts in your YouTube home section on your mobile device, in your Shorts feed, you gotta scroll down a little bit for it, you will get a Twitch subscription. Take a screenshot of it, post it in the Discord.
If you're the first person to see it, right?
If you're the first person, the first person.
All right.
Circus will give the next 5 people Twitch subscriptions.
Whoa. Whoa. Coming out of your paycheck, buddy.
Check out YouTube Shorts, guys.
Make sure you get in the Discord because it's free. The tournaments are free. The new player help is free. Kamel's YouTube shorts are free.
For now.
Yes. I'm Circus. That's Kamel.
Peace out.
We'll see you next time.